Welcome to Govs TV and 91.9 Public Affairs. I'm Micah Terrell. Thanks for joining us today. I'm joined by Marcellus Braxton with the Wilbur N. Daniel African American Cultural Center. He's the newer director there, and he's here to talk to us about knowing your rights. Marcellus, thanks for joining us.
Oh, thanks for having me here.
So please tell us all about this event, Know Your Rights, that you'll be having at the African American Cultural Center.
Sure. So within the African American Cultural Center, we want to have a lot of programming that will be beneficial not only to students, but staff, faculty, and the community. And so we've had people, not only students, but staff and faculty and community members saying, I don't know how to act when I'm around law enforcement officers. Not that they hate them, not that they love them, they just don't know what to do. So we said, okay, well, we can do something about this. So I reached out to the ACLU in Tennessee, and we have the legal director coming in to give a tutorial about what should you do when you're stopped by the police. And that can be stopped on foot, stopped in the car, or just encounter police officers. And then we said, well, we can't just have the ACLU. We want to also have some law enforcement officers because they can give some tips as well. So we have two local officers coming in to say, okay, we know that you're apprehensive, we understand you're apprehensive, so let's talk about it. Let's talk about what we can do, let's talk about what you can do, and let's talk about what your rights are at this time. So that way we can maintain the safety for everyone.
That's a great thing to do because I think a lot of people, like myself included, when we get stopped by the officer for the traffic stop or whatever,
Sure.
there is that apprehension and anxiety.
Absolutely, yeah. And when you're anxious, you're more likely to do something that's out of character for you.
Mm-hmm.
And so we want to think from the perspective of law enforcement officers thinking, though, if they see you twitch, if they see you move, they think, okay, what is this person going to do? But from your perspective, you might think, I'm just really nervous about being here because I don't know what I should be doing or not doing. So we want to solve all those issues and make sure we understand all the perspectives of everyone involved.
That's really valuable information, especially the timing too.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think it is so important, given the news events with lots of concerns with officers and minorities?
Absolutely. So I think if anyone's watching the news, they often see there have been issues with law enforcement officers, and we can say whether they're right or wrong, but we have to acknowledge their issues, and there are things we need to talk about. And so we have so many students that come to me, particularly African American males and females, that say, I'm really nervous about this. I don't know what I'm going to do when I'm driving my car, when I'm walking around, I see a police officer, I kind of flinch. And we don't want that to happen. We want them to actually understand that this is what the law enforcement officers can do, and you have rights as well. And we also want to extend it to the entire community because it's not just for African American males or females, it's for everyone. Because the law enforcement officers are supposed to serve the community, and they're part of the community. So we want the community to be engaged, and we want them to understand this is what's available to you, and this is how you should react and what you should do.
This is really good because this is helpful knowledge, I think, like you said, on the behalf of everybody in the community.
Absolutely.
And I think it'll be good too for the officers to be able to talk to the students to kind of get a feel for what might be their fears and things too.
Definitely. I've talked to a lot of law enforcement officers and I've said, well, you understand your perspective because you're a law enforcement officer, but here's the community perspective. Here's just one community perspective, but there are a lot of them. And so a lot of them sat down and thought, oh, I didn't think of that. Because they've been so ingrained in what they're doing that they don't know, okay, here's the other perspective. So I think it's going to work both ways, and that's really what we want. We really want community policing. That's something that we're really emphasizing. We want them to be part of the community, and for the community to realize that they're there to help. So.
Right, that's great stuff. Now, you mentioned it is, of course, information that's important to the community, so who can attend the event?
Yeah, so this applies for all of our programming. At the African American Cultural Center, we invite everyone. It doesn't matter your race, ethnicity, gender, sexuality, religion. It doesn't matter if you're African American, it doesn't matter if you're another race, it doesn't matter if you're a student, staff, faculty, community member. If we're open, we want you to come by. We want you to come to our programming because the more people who can come by and appreciate African American culture and things pertinent to African American culture, that's a great thing. And also we want people to see that things that are pertinent to African American culture are pertinent to just the community at large or maybe their community as well. So everyone's invited. We encourage everyone to come by to our center.
That's great because we need to mend fences all around, so that's awesome.
Absolutely.
Great. So when is the event again, Marcellus?
Yeah, the event is October 19th from 4:30 to 6 p.m. And I do want to point out that we will be serving food there because a lot of people think 4:30 to 6 p.m. What am I going to do? I'm not going to have dinner. So we're going to be serving dinner. You should definitely come by. We'll take care of that. All you should do is come by and listen and learn something and ask questions. And we encourage people, definitely ask questions. If there's something you're not sure of, ask that question.
Right, because there are questions, I'm sure probably other people think, oh, I should ask that, but they probably don't, ask it. So.
Sure, and we have a lot of people from different states as well, and I always point out, the law is different from each state. So we want to talk about what's pertinent in Tennessee. So someone might be in Missouri or Pennsylvania, where I'm from, and the laws are different there. We want to know, what are the laws in your community, and what should you do in your community?
That's great information, and it's part of a big week for you guys too. And it's homecoming week and everything. So you have that event, and then what other events do you have?
Sure. So everyone's been working hard in my office. So I love everyone in my office because I've been giving a lot of instructions, giving a lot of things to do, and they've all done a great job. So as I said, the event's October 19th, but then homecoming, we're having a homecoming event October 21st, just 2 days later. So we're having a mixer from 1 to 4 p.m. And I encourage everyone in the community to come out to that as well, because we're going to have a lot of students, but we're also going to have a lot of alumni and faculty and staff and administrators coming by. So we're going to have food, barbecue, so everyone comes by for food, but we'll also have door prizes and we'll have a DJ. It's just an opportunity for people to mingle and to talk about past and present. We love seeing students talk to alumni because they get to talk about what it's like now, what it was like then, and what we can work together and change and to improve. Because Austin P is a great place to be, and we want it to be a better place to be. Each year we want people to come back and say, this is what I loved, this is what we can improve, and this is how we can improve it. So we definitely want people to come to our mixer from 1 to 4.
Definitely. I might come down there and get some barbecue.
You should definitely come. The barbecue will be great. So.
Great. Now, this is your first homecoming with us, right?
It is.
Excuse me. So, yeah, please tell me what your thoughts are about this being your first one.
So it's been a lot. So my first day was July 1st, and I kind of got thrown into everything, and I actually love that. I got thrown in, and the great thing is I really enjoy being a Gov because everyone has been so helpful. People have dropped by, people have sent emails, people have called me saying, anything I can do, let me know. And that includes alumni. That's why I'm really excited for homecoming, because alumni said, I want to come back for homecoming. I want to help make your center a better place. And I also want to talk to the students now. So I'm really excited because at some other schools you go to, you might not have that kind of dynamic. But here you have that. People want to be involved, people want to be engaged, and people want to come back to your center. So I'm so excited to be a Gov.
No, I'm glad to start. Now, there are a lot of cool things at the African American Cultural Center besides the great events that you do. Could you tell a little bit about that for people who may have never been there before? Sure.
So we have a lot of programming. So I'll just talk briefly about the programming. So we have other programming. So we have Nashville Cares comes in talking about safer sex, giving free testing. And we also have our lunchtime forums, what happened the last Tuesday of every month. We talk about issues that are happening in the world today. So one was about Colin Kaepernick. The next one this month at the end of October is going to be talking about the Confederate flag. But beyond events, which you can check out on our Facebook page or our Twitter page, or just our website in general, we also do things where we offer calculators and laptops for an entire semester. We understand for students, they're paying tuition, they're paying for books, they're paying for room and board. So sometimes you can't afford a laptop or a calculator. So what we do is we say, well, bring your school ID, bring your class schedule, and what we can do is we can rent out either a calculator or a laptop to you for the entire semester. All you have to do is keep it in the same order and just return it, and you're good to go. So, and also we just offer a place for people to study as well. We have plenty of computers, we have printing areas, we have a smart board, we have a projector. We have a lot of people who come in for group projects. So a lot of times people don't want to go to the library, they don't want to go to their dorm. So we say, come to the African American Cultural Center. You have everything you need there, and this is a good place for you to actually have fun doing it too, because it doesn't feel like you're in the library where you have to be quiet. You're allowed to talk, you're allowed to interact. And so we encourage everyone in the community to come by.
That's great. And it's great too that it doesn't matter who you are, you can come in, young, old, whatever. So that's great.
Yeah, absolutely. We want everyone to come. Please come to the African American Cultural Center.
Well, Marcellus, thank you for stopping by. Is there anything else you wanted to share with us today before we go say goodbye?
Yeah, I just wanted to say how happy I am to be a Gov. You know, I'm a northern person, you know, a Yankee as I've been told. But coming to Tennessee has been great. Coming to Austin P has been great, and I'm really happy to be a Gov. Everyone's been so welcoming, so I just want to thank everyone in the community for that, and I'm so happy to be here.
Great. And before we go, have you had to try any sweet iced tea yet, or iced tea with sweetener in it?
Yeah, I've had sweet tea. You know, I actually like Arnold Palmer, the sweet tea lemonade. I think that's the drink for me.
That's one of my favorites too.
I do love that. That's one of the best things about being in the South, I think.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you, Marcellus, and thanks for joining us. I'm Micah Terrell with Govs TV and 91.9 Public Affairs.